You got to get on up, baby. Okay, let me update that right there. Bong. Bong. So that's right. Put this in the, what you call it? Get that right there. Bam. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Big Phil Speaks. Part of the good old Good Morning Gang morning show, and you tapped in, and you know what it is. We in the building, huh? Ready for another illustrious, blessed day, morning, that is, huh? Y'all come on over to the good YouTube. Good morning to you. Sashay on over to the good YouTube. My time to shine. Come on over, farmers. Watchman in the building. Tracy T in the building. Good money gang. That part right there. Listen. Y'all know how I like to say, listen, as long as you're able to inhale, exhale, breathe in, breathe out, use your extremities, talk your bullshiggery, then you have been blessed to wake up another day, another chance to get it right, make it better than yesterday, and another day to prepare to be even better tomorrow. That part right there, huh? Show these youngsters how it's done. Hey, what do I win for being the first one here? Actually, Watchman was here before you, Tracy. Sorry, you get the consolation prize. J-Man in the building. He said Jerome in the house. All right. Shy Love is in the building. In the building. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me make sure this ain't on the right jump. Okay, bam. We right there. Afro Latina is in the building. Blessings, palm blessings. Sabrina, I see you. Hot Fox, you in the building. The intellectual soapbox is in here. Slick, I see you. He said, I'm in here. That part right there. Listen. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me back it on up. Got the pin this to the top. Boop. We goody like the mob. It's in there like swimwear. Listen. There's a lot going on, ladies and gentlemen. We freestyling today, but at the same time, we're going to touch on a lot of different things. Give me a minute. I got to do my soliloquy, my open soliloquy. I got you. China was goody like the mom. I see you in the building up early. Listen, y'all come on over here to the good YouTube. Stop sitting around in the cut like y'all, on Hitman status, and bring your behind paws on over to the good YouTube. Frank Murphy, what's goody like the mob? My uptown compadre, huh? Burnt toast, no coffee, but it wasn't Friday. They don't know nothing about that. Frank Murphy. They don't. Night Rider, the good money gang. The home team, Southeast Slimmy is. That part right there. You feel me? Who got that? All right. I like that. He came right in the door waving the 4-4. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so yet. Hit that thumbs up. Book up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Book up. And while you at it, reel back and hit that notification bell, bing, so you be in the know anytime the Good Morning Gang morning show drop, Feel the Love Fridays drop, or anything else that I plan on dropping on the Big Phil Speaks channel. Listen, we about to have some fun. Oh, quiet as kept. Shh. I got a jingle coming. Shh. I got a Good Morning Gang theme song coming. I think y'all might like it. It'll be something slight just for the intro, maybe the outro. But I think y'all gonna like it, because as I transition from this platform to another platform to do YouTube and everything else too, I think y'all gonna like everything, the experience y'all about to receive. I'm not one of the ones that's just gonna talk about it. I'm gonna be about it. Listen, yes, it's gonna be a jingle. Y'all gonna find yourself in the middle of y'all day humming and singing that junk. Y'all can be like, this is Bama Phil. He done got me singing this junk. And I'm like, I wasn't trying to be singing, not that. That part. Listen. Oh, there you go, Frank Murphy. Boop, boop, that part right there. You feel me? I've been so worried about Evolution Brooklyn and have been dealing trying to make sure she's okay. I hope she didn't respond back, Tracy T. She didn't respond back. Where who going, Watchman? Where who going? What you talking? Darian Mack, the Hollywood J, big number 2, Lynn Montana, know his mommy. Y'all come on over to the good YouTube. EJs, y'all come on over to the good YouTube. Ninada, Sophia, I Desire, come on over to YouTube. The channel's right there. What you mean, where am I going, Watchman? I'm right here. I'm not going nowhere. I'm just changing probably from StreamYard to another streaming software. You know what I'm saying? Because StreamYard's been glitching one too many times for my liking. You feel me? One too many times for my liking. You saying to a different the YouTube. But no, there's a way. I found a way that I could be able to stream on IG without having another phone going at the same time. Had you know what I'm saying, have YouTube going, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram. The only thing I think with Instagram, I won't be able to like can people up from Instagram, but they'll be able to watch it and have a different experience than just watching how they are. You said no and you worry. Okay. I definitely need to reach out then. I definitely need to reach out. Good morning, Sapphire. CL1, what's goody like the mob? Shannon Argueta. Harlem World in the building. Y'all come on over to the good YouTube channel right there. Not there, but right there. Hey, there she goes. Sophia Our Desires in the building. Phil, I thought you was going to do the show from what? From Dallas. Who chose you that one? You know what, J-Man? If it ain't Dez, it's you. I can always count on y'all with the bullshit. Good rain. You racking up those frequent flyer miles. Listen, you're going to touch on the proposed bringing of the National Guard to the city streets. They did it back in the day. What you think? I might touch on that because, you know, that's more regional. That's more localized to the D.C. area. However, there's other places that they do it too. There's other places that they do it too. And it's a wonder they ain't done it don't do it in Chicago. It's a wonder they don't do it there, but we shall see. Yeah, we'll talk about it though. Maybe even a book up t-shirt. Not a bad idea, Sapphire. Would you rock a book up t-shirt? Would you rock it? Roxy Roy, or Rox Roy, what's good? He like them out, sharing the realest. I see my daughter in the building. Melanie King is in the building. Y'all come over to the YouTube. Where's popping? Oh, so who came to Virginia? What you talking about? Hey, J Man, you bugging. who who is she in the first place, J Man? Who is she? Who is she? Giving the realest heat? Nobody, because it's about Big Phil Speed. Hold on, let me see if I can do a little something right quick and check on her real quick, like. Let me see. Doing on the live check-in. Who's the first lady of GMG? Who would that be, J-Man? She's not answering. She either might be up, she might be in traffic or what you call it. But what I'm going to do is let me leave her a little voice, a little something. Evolution, Destiny. Hey, girl. Big Phil Speaks. Calling to check in on you. You got some people worried about you, including myself, making sure you're good, making sure that if you're, still under the weather, that you're doing everything you need, every precaution, every medical remedy, every homeopathic remedy that you could do to get right. We miss you over here at the Good Morning Gang Morning Show. Just want to make sure you goody like the mob. So even if you can't cam up or not feeling like it, if you could come over to the YouTube and type something in the comments, say, I'm all right, guys. I'm healing or something. Let me know. I hope all is well. Evolution. Brooklyn's in the house. Without a doubt. Bye-bye. There we go. I had to check in with her. Had to check in. J-Man, I don't know of whom. You just like him. Yeah, all right. Sabrina, good morning, gang. Listen, TT in the place to be, C movement. Y'all coming over to the YouTube. Listen, there's a lot going on. Odd Poppy, what's goody like the mob? Nah, top 5 voicemails. That part, listen, you know me, I got to be different with mine. I always got to do what I do. Establish, I see you in the building. Listen, Maui, that Maui Wowie got a new meaning now, don't it? Maui Wowie, the Maui fires in Hawaii. Maui Wowie has a new meaning. The wildfire, well, not so wildfires has become wildfires are ravaging a lot of places in Maui. I can't remember the actual location within Maui, but it's a lot of people being displaced. There's a lot going on, and that's the only thing. When it comes to some of these destination spots, knowing the geographical background behind them. And Hawaii, as we know, built upon some mountains and volcano-ish areas. You hear a lot more going on over, used to go on through Diamond Head, which is off on the island of Oahu or whatever. But this time Maui is getting it. Yeah, I did see her. I did see her last post. And I was trying to get her to go sooner than that, but I'm glad that she actually did go, Tracy T. I'm glad she actually did go. Who is that? I'm glad she did go. Sounds like an inside job. What you talking? Watson, you talking about the Maui fires? I don't know, because they saying they seeing ash and embers and things. That sounds like some kind of volcanic activity. However, I haven't researched it enough to get a full understanding as to how it started, to keep it a buck. Why she did call an Uber? Why didn't she call an Uber? Why didn't who call an Uber? J-Man, what you talking about? You talking about evolution? I think she took herself to the urgent care or emergency room or whatever. Direct energy weapon used, Lord Watchman. What you talking? But you know, to be 100, to be 1,000, Maui is like Hawaii. You have a lot of ritzy people that live on those islands. Besides locals that might live there, you have a lot of people with a pocket that live on Maui. A little bit more money than those that will be living on Oahu, the Big Island, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, she made it. She definitely made it to the. She definitely made it to the emergency room or urgent care. I can't recall which one she said she was at, but she was actually there. Hopefully, whatever it is, you know, they got her right, or she's on the road to getting it right. Hey, Moet, I see you in the building. Good morning. But I'm gonna try to tap back in with her later on too, you know, just in case she don't, you know what I'm saying, peek her head in and say anything, you know, to make sure she good. Because you know, sometimes we take people and things for granted. Not for granted, like you know, oh, they be all right, but in some essences, we just expect certain people to to tough it out or to get better. You know, they always in upbeat spirits or they always giving good energy. They're gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right. But we never know what somebody's going through. emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. So it's good to keep the good people in prayer and in our thoughts, not from a negative standpoint, but from always from a positive standpoint. And pray for those that you care about. If you care about your old boy a little bit, just keep me in your prayer here and there. You know what I'm saying? I'm goody like the mob, but see, you never know. And everybody need prayer warriors. That part right there. Everybody. That ain't big. It all depends on how healthy you really are. That part right there is wildfire. Sarah Lynn, I can always count on you for the deets. Sarah Lynn be having the deets. She used to send me some, but she don't send up to me no more. Sarah Lynn. She's had some good timely stories and things and topics and things. Sarah Lynn. But nah, it's all good. Even Greece burned this year because of wildfires. Damn it. The bird, good morning to ye. Oh yeah, prayer's definitely going up for sure. Because that her energy is one of a kind, and we want to make sure that energy keeps being able to be a light for the people that tune in and tap in, not only just to the Good Morning Gang morning show, but also, on her own platform for Spicy Talk and for her own platform on IG. Hey, Pep.22, y'all come on over to the good YouTube and holler at your boy, Big Mike. Give me more Asia. Thuggy Capone. Listen, y'all come on over. Is that you, Miles? Come on over to the good YouTube. Sibley Nay, I see you. Destiny Heaven, Chocolate Bunny. Your next choice, y'all come on over. You say I'm a conspiracy theorist, my bad. No, it's all good. Sarah is the reserve co-host. Yeah, that part. That part. Yeah, prayerfully all is well. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say no, no. I ain't heard from her yet that things is all bad. No, she could be resting. They might have gave her some medication, got her knocked to figure it out. Some of the medications that make you drowsy, and you know what I'm saying, drowsy than a mug. So guess what? Evolution, you make sure you get well, girl. Come on back where you're supposed to be. That part, whenever you're available. That part. Or you know what, y'all? She might got a meeting this morning. Who knows? Who knows? I'm all the way back up in the comments right here. What is it? That we gonna talk about that in a little bit. We gonna talk about that in a little bit. Shy Love, what you know about that? That's just before your time, Shy Love. You don't know nothing about him. Packy Reek, reeking of that good pack top of the morning. He in the building. I prefer critical thinker. That term was created to me. J Man. Is that what you call thinking about somebody flying out or flying in? Critical thinking? Or is that a conspiracy theory? Which one is it, J Man? Which one? Established right that part right there. Feel better evolution. That part right there. Huh? Y'all come on over to this good YouTube. We freestyling at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But we about to get into some topics. We was talking a little bit about Maui, that Maui Wowie, that wildfire that's burning properties in Maui. You know what I'm saying? I love him. Up jumps the boogie. Listen, Rona is circulating heavy again. That's a fact, Sarah Lynn. That's why you got to stay out the way. Before you get in the way, get out the way. You hear me? DJ Red, good morning to ye. That's a fact. Listen, RIP to the rapper Magoo. Um, some of y'all may know who he is. Some of y'all will have to do a Google search on him. He comes out of that Missy Elliott Timberland um, camp, real close homie to Timberland. Um, had a couple eloquent hits in hip hop. Him and Timberland as a duo. I know I made a joke about another fella sounding like him or whatever, but it's ironic that that he ends up passing and whatnot. So R.I.P. to Magoo. And guess what? He's 50. He was 50 years old. I thought he was slightly older than that, but by now. But 50 years old, passed away. The the cause of death is not known as of yet. It has not been released. We don't know what's going on. Uh, we know, the brother's gone too soon. We don't know if he had an illness. We don't know if it was just a accidental situation. We don't know if it was a hanging situation or some kind of fluke natural cause. We don't know anything. But yeah, we definitely say R.I.P. I knew some of y'all would. I knew some of y'all would remember. I knew some of y'all would. DJ Red, that's a fact. Yeah, but that's different though. That's different when you think about it. Died at 50 on the 50th year of hip hop. That's crazy. Hopefully it was in sleep and he went peacefully. That right there, J man. That right there. Rashad Houston, the home team. Sarah Lynn, that part. I thought he was a couple years older than that. I thought he was a couple years older than that. Timberland and all them just always seemed a little bit older or whatever than what they actually were or whatever. Y'all come on over to the good YouTube. This is gonna close down shortly. Y'all make sure y'all get over here. Tanina, that part right there, I thought he was much older than at least 50. I thought he was at least about 55, 56, something like that. But you never know. Listen. King Finago, good money gang. Hey, Laurie Lewis. Hey. I'm on the low. How the hell I get here? I'm up here announcing people that ain't even here. I don't know how. Hold up. What the? I'm bugging y'all. Hold on 1 second. Oh, there we go. I'm tripping. I'm looking at the wrong situation. Anywho, we tapped into the Maui wildfires. We talked about Magoo a little something. Freestyling into too much pretty much today. It's one of them days, one of them ones. I was up watching a show called Billions. Y'all hip to the show Billions? They got it on I think it's Showtime, but I watched it on Paramount Plus. It's a good show. If y'all don't know, it's a damn good show. Billions. Look into it. It's a series. They just dropped a new season, but I went back because I had been slacking and slipping on watching the show. So now I'm going from the beginning to I'm at season 4, maybe episode 3 or 4. God's job saying my name. Good job saying. Listen, I'm one of them ones, Tanina. I'm one of them ones. Can't take life for granted. That part right there. We are all beyond midlife. Hold up. I agree on the live with purpose, but you mean we beyond midlife? I got 50 plus more good years left in me. What you talking? Huh? Axe out of jail. I see. Hey, established. Don't give me no spoilers, Axe. Don't give me no spoiler. Established. Don't give me no spoilers. I think it's like 7 of them total now. I think it's season 7 they on now, J-Man. Phil 60. Look, J-Man, don't rush me. Don't rush me. You know, I look 30-something even with the little grays, but listen, don't rush me to get to 60. I got a good dang before that happened. You hear me? Y'all tried it. Let me see what Bacardi got going on. Bacardi.
Yo. That was good.
What is you out here doing, Bacardi?
Yo, you got to get out here, Phil.
I can't hear you.
Oh, hold on. You got to get out here.
I can't hear you, bro. can't hear you.
Come back.
Bacardi out there getting it in early, huh? Out there like, you know what I'm saying? He trying to act like he, you know what I'm saying? Hold up, hold up. Hold up, hold up. Hold. Hey, Moel, who is that directed to? Who is that directed to? Who is that directed to? Hold up, hold up, hold up. Book up. Oh, y'all can hear him? Hold on then. Maybe I need to exit out and come back then. Maybe that's me. Hold on. The live is going to get unlive for a second. Let me make sure I copy that. Bob. Mm-hmm. You've got to get down. Guess who's Bizak? Hey, Sabrina, don't be giggling and sniggling, Sabrina. I want to know. J-Man, you had to say my government. You didn't have to say my government. Did anybody watch the stream of the concert? No, I missed it. I didn't even know they were streaming it. I didn't even know they was going to stream it, though. I really didn't. Getting old is definitely the goal. That part is the goal, Tanina. That's a fact. Father time is definitely ticking. For all the older men chasing 20-year-old women and vice versa. Get a mature woman partner that can recognize. Okay, I'm with you on that because I don't chase no 20-year-old women, so I know it wasn't me. CJ, man, I told you it wasn't about me. Y'all trying to play me out. You trying to play me out. You trying to play me out.
Yo, what happened to Evolution?
She was sick like on Friday when she was here, and she was trying to wait Friday night. She was trying to wait till her birthday came in to see her birthday through, and then she was gonna go to the hospital or whatever. So she went Saturday. She did she cammed up from the hospital or urgent care, whatever it was, and then haven't seen her since then. So hopefully she's just resting up and all is well. I just tried to tap in with her live. She didn't pick up, but I left her a voice note or whatever.
Oh.
But all is well. I see you out there getting your young boy in. You know what I'm saying? Patting the rock. Can you hear me? Hello?
You can hear me?
I can hear you now. I said I see you out there, pause, patting that rock like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're 20 years younger. Excuse me. Woo! Your sound keep going in and out, brother.
Yeah, I know, Phil. I got bad reception. I'm gonna hit you when I get better reception. I know you're gonna be on for a minute.
All right, brother. Woo. Moe, don't be snickling and giggling. Growing old alone is not the move. Of course not. Night Rider. Hey, homie. You ain't supposed to be sad. I just saw that. A young girl would think you was doing a new dance whole time you having a stroke. Damn it. Listen, y'all are off the chain with it. And here come Tinky, coming here giggling. Bab Wilson, Wilson Bab, what's goody like the mom? So many people sick lately. That part, that way that's why you got to stay up on your vitamins, your minerals. You know what I'm saying? So you can stay right and get right. The stream was fire. That right there. I ain't say petting the rock, patting the rock, patting the rock. God bless Phil. You have to hurry up and make that baby. Make what baby, Tank? What are you talking? Here she go. Here she go. Let me add intellectual soapboxing. I'm not playing. I'm not listening to them. The best was goody like the mob. They always try to throw shit out there.
Hey, hey, I'm right with you, brother. I'm a baby dodger myself, man. I ain't got no kids at all, and I'm chilling.
Oh, I've been Father Abraham. I got 7. I've been
You got
fruitful and
seven?
I have multiple.
Oh, they want you to have more? Whoa.
It's internet rumblings going on that I'm supposed to be having another baby, but I'm chilling. My last son's name, my youngest son's name is Noah, and that means to rest. You hear me?
I feel you. I feel you, brother. I feel you. I ain't even got one, and I don't even know how you doing 7, brother. That's definitely a
Listen, I be stroking.
blessing too.
That's
I
what I be
know it.
doing.
Oh man, bro. So wait, are you from DC originally?
Oh yeah, DC
Mm,
raised uptown DC dude.
okay.
Yes,
'Cause,
yes, sir.
who DC? Martin's from DC, right? Martin Lawrence and Chappelle.
Martin is actually he's from DC. Even better yet, C Pleasant area of Maryland, Suitland, C Pleasant area. Yep.
Mm. And Chappelle from there too, right?
Dave Chappelle is from DC and Silver Spring, Maryland. Definitely. I went
Mm.
to school. I went to school with Dave Chappelle, and his brother. Actually, his brother. He got a brother, Sadar. He goes by something else now, but me and him were in the same class when I lived in Silver Spring for a couple of years. Yep.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Hey,
Many
man.
moons ago, way before the the comedy and etc.
Yeah, man. DC, man. Y'all got a rich history, especially when it comes to like black culture, man. Like people don't understand. DC was like especially in the '60s and '70s, it was a place to be.
That's a
Like
fact.
like people, man. If nobody's ever done a history, like yo, you gotta understand, like yo, DC was it, man. My aunt was telling me about that growing up, like how she wanted to move to DC. God rest her soul, and she was like, yo, that was the place that everybody was at back in the day.
And you know what's crazy? Even in the '90s going towards 2000, DC was primed to be the new mecca of music at a point. When BET was still in DC, a lot of artists, a lot of big name artists were trying to move to the DC area. There was a lot of media outlets that were trying to move to DC, but then a lot of politics and bullshit changed the structure of that. And that was one of the reasons why BET moved on up to New York. This is before they got to New York, actually. And um, it changed the scope of things because I know at a time while BET was still here, Johnny Gill was supposed to be starting this big like multiplex studio type of situation, not for cinematography, but just for musical production. But I think he changed his mind on that once BET moved and some other things happened or whatever, because it never came to fruition or
You
whatever.
talking about like the Bob Johnson era, basically?
Basically, yep. That's
Yeah.
a fact.
Uh
That's a fact. That's
huh.
a fact. I used to be up there all the time. I used to be up there like the old lady on the Apollo. You know, the old lady used to be down
Oh,
front at the
yo, the old,
Apollo.
yo, fit.
I stayed up BT. M Reed, nah, I ain't never go no damn Springbrook. I went to when I went to school in Silver Spring. I went to Woodland and Woodside Elementaries back then. Woodland is still open. Woodside is not open, and Piney Branch Middle because I was fighting a lot, so they kicked me out of Woodside and made me go to. Long story. Long story.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm an East Coast cat myself, man. Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, man. So like
BK in
this
the house. Brooklyn in the house.
yeah, man. I mean, I got out of there. I moved to the West Coast just to kind of have a more
Change the
kind of
scene.
yeah, and just more quiet and more
Where you at? Where you at in the West?
I'm in Cali. You know what I'm
What part?
saying? I'm in San Jose area.
Okay.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
stay. I
So,
stayed in the Bay Area. I got ties to Hayward and Oakland.
oh, where you stayed out there?
Oh yeah, south side of Hayward. Yeah.
Man, okay, okay, okay.
Once upon a
So,
midnight dreary.
like
I
yo,
got Bay Area
like
is a second home for me. Huh?
oh, Bay Area second home. All right.
That's a fact. GMG LG Vaughn, what's goody? How you feeling today though, Mr. Best?
Man, I'm blessed, man. You know what I mean, man. I had to.
That part.
I thought I had lost these Beats headphones, man. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing, man. If you got some Beats headphones, do not leave them near your couch. Okay,
To
they
the
leave
little
the couch.
joints, the little
Yes, yes. I left it in the couch and I had to flip the couch over and like, cut the
Oh,
bottom
it
part.
went down. It went down into the bottom.
Oh, dude, crazy, bro, crazy, man. Like, and to replace them would have cost me double, than what they were.
Really,
Like,
really.
yeah, they try to beat you in the head, man. It's crazy, man, because everybody want these things, man. So, I'm glad I found them, man, because I was not trying to buy another pair for real.
I know that's right. And the ones you got the over the ear little thing on them, right?
Nah, these just a
Okay,
slip. These they not the plus. They just the original ones. So
okay, I got you.
everybody want the plus and they want the new AirPods and all that. No, I just got the old school original ones. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, they work. They cool. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to upgrade. I'm good. You know what I mean? When they go out, I'll get. I'm
So
good,
I'm gonna go get the exact same kind again. And
man.
lovely Tinky. Yes, I do. I do from time to time have baby fever, just a little bit. But relax, relax.
So Big Phil, what you want to build on, man? You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
today I'm freestyling a little bit. We talked a little bit about the Maui wildfires. I said Maui has a new, connotation now. We
Mm,
we talked momentarily about the passing of Magoo, you know,
that
for
was
some,
my man, yo, Magoo,
for
yo, and I
some people,
put a post.
they remember him well. For others, they kind of like, who is it? So they.
Yeah, I put a post up remembering him on my IG, man, because his flavor was different, man. He brought that was back when hip hop. You know how it was, man. Back when we was kids, man. Like it had different flavors, Rap City
That's
and
a
all
fact.
that stuff.
That's a fact.
Now it sounded like, but back then, yo, you turn that Rap City on, yo, you getting so much different flavors, man.
Different.
And
It wasn't all just one situation. You had this, that, and that's the balance that's missing today.
yeah, yeah,
There's artists like that out here that's good with their wordplay and or what you would call backpack rappers and or conscious rappers and other kind of rappers, but they don't get as much spin and play as as they should. Because there's a lot of dope talent out there that really should be getting some shine over some of the bullshiggery that we
hmm
what I'm saying, that we hear. Some of the songs is cool, some of them are good, the beats is hot, but some of it is garbage when it comes down to, the end all be all. Keisha
yeah,
Hall, GMG.
man. You would rush home from school or wherever you was at from work just to watch, Rap City and all that, man. Because you
Oh
never
yeah,
knew what you was gonna hear. You may hear some new Rock Him. You may hear some 3 6. You may hear some, what I mean, some J. You may hear some UGK. You may hear a whole assortment of stuff, man. And you just never knew. A Ball and MJG. You know
that's
what I
a
mean?
fact.
You just never knew what you was gonna hear, man. You know
That's a
what I mean?
fact.
And that's what made it cool, bro. That's what made music cool, man. Like I miss that era, man. That like mid 90s to like early 2000s. That was it.
Man, listen, because you had groups like Poor Righteous Teachers. You had groups like Poor Righteous Teachers are the reason why they killed conscious rap. I'll say that because they were speaking up on too much that they didn't want out there. The X Clan, if you remember the X Clan, um,
Yeah, I
for
remember that.
for the people that are from New York that know about the movie The Education of Sonny Carson is a cult classic movie called The Education of Sonny Carson. And some people use the one clip from the gang scene. We said, your whole style was chump and yada da 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 da. That's from out of that movie. And the dude that says that, he's actually one of the original disciples of the 5% Nation or whatever. But anyway, the Education of Sonny Carson is a story based on a true story of the man named Sonny Carson. His son was actually one of the members of X Clan. That's why I went there and said all that or whatever. But there's a lot of history in that alone. But groups like X Clan, Public Enemy, Poor Righteous Teachers, and so on and so forth is the reason why Arrested Development. That's a fact why they kind of killed conscious rap
Yep.
and really
Yep.
opted to gangster rap because they wanted to dumb everything down. They didn't want you. They didn't want you to learn nothing good. They want you to learn
They
a bunch
lost
of bullshit.
Tribe is kind of what kept us alive, man. Like
Tribe
for
Called Quest.
yeah, man, because like they were one because the production from Q-Tip and Ali was so good, you couldn't deny it. You had to put them on the radio. You couldn't deny the production, man, and that was the one thing. So once that production game was solid, you had to play him. You know what I mean? Then he had the sales, you still had to play him. So that's what kind of like turned it up for them. So yeah, man. But yeah, rest in peace to Magoo, man. You know what I'm saying?
And rest in peace of Fife Dog. That's a fact, Wavy.
Yeah,
Lovely take. What you talking about? Me
yeah.
too. What you talking about? Me too. How old are you, by the way, Mr. Best? If I could ask.
Oh, definitely, man. 39, man.
Okay, so you're a little bit younger, but you old enough to know something. Okay, that's what's up.
I mean, I'm not a spring chicken, bro, but not okay. You feel what I'm saying?
See, I've been around a couple, you know what I'm saying? Couple, rotations around the world that know, you know what I'm saying? What's
Yeah, I'm
good.
looking forward to the middle age, though, bro. I'm looking at 40, turning middle age and all that. I want it. I'm ready for it.
Hold on. Here you come. Somebody else said midlife. You talking about middle age? Listen, I am the age that I am. I'm a good nifty 50. However, I feel like I'm 25. So all this midlife, middle age, over the hill, bullshittery, that ain't it. I have been around for many moons, J man, and I'm gonna be around for many more. Should be I'll be back, Tinky. Stop the bullshittery.
Cause see, what a lot of people don't know too, man. Cause you was like watching you. You was like my uncle's age. You know what I'm saying? Or like my older cousins and brothers, right?
Yeah.
Watching y'all, man, as a kid, you know what I'm saying, and just seeing like how y'all would go out, how y'all would dress up. Y'all had the cologne game, you know what I mean, the shoe game. And I'm not just talking about sneakers. I'm talking about like real shoes. Like
that's a fact.
You know what I mean? Like y'all really had to like y'all show improved when y'all went out. You know what I'm saying? Because
I was wearing Ferragamos years before a lot of these youngsters knew what it was. And I'm not talking about big belt buckle belts. I'm talking about the loafers that cost $400 way back when, $500. I was getting them joints, the slip ins, I'm talking about when you throw on a little something that, what I'm saying, look nice. Yeah, way before anybody knew what a Ferragamo was. I had Bally's. I had the Bally's that the hip hoppers wore, and I also had to slip in the loafers for when it was time to dress up. Listen, I was different.
Yeah, because nowadays they don't even have a dress code, Big Phil. Like, these kids whatever they want. It's crazy.
Yeah, and people she gonna wake. Yeah, whatever, Jay, man. People talk so much crap years ago about how we wore our clothes because we wore a lot of baggy stuff and that nature, right? But to this day, I take the baggy stuff over the skin tight stuff any day, because all that skinny jeans and jeggings and all this other. Shout out to those that of that world, and shout out to them that like to dress like that. But I don't care if you cut up like a bag of dope. If you dressing like your thighs is suffocating, pause. You got a problem. You got a problem. And say what's crazy is some of these youngins is wearing their pants sagging, not because they trying to sag, it's because their jeans too damn tight to go up over their buns. Pause. Over their backside.
That's facts. That's a
Think
fact.
always trolling early.
Now, Big Phil, let me ask you a question, right?
Talk to me.
Now, do you think, right, and this may cause some controversy in the comments, but I'm all right with it, right? If you are doing everything in the house for the woman, right, all the bills, everything, right, is that woman now required to cook you know what I'm saying, clean and do the things she need to do in the house, right? And is she able to have a say so of where the money is spent?
That's interesting. I'll say this. Hey, Vader, wait, salute. I think that like these are definite discussions that you need to have before you decide to go down the aisle with anybody. Hell, actually, before you shack up with anybody, start living with somebody. Because different strokes for different folks. Because you have traditional households, where the man plays that role and the woman's supposed to play that role. Then you have, you know, a hybrid type of situation where they might both work, or you know what I'm saying, the fella might be at home more than the wife is, or you got other situations. But I feel as though that communication is key. And traditionally, I come from a ilk where a man provides and this, that, and the third. But I think that people shouldn't be going into relationships and or marriages with blinders on, and that you really get full understanding of how things will be. So one, you don't step into a rushed marriage or a rushed relationship, and then all of a sudden, things are sprung on you. Well, I expect this out of you. I expect this out of you. No, talk about those expectations. Talk about those things that you feel as though are important to you in a relationship, in a marriage, so that you can see if the person that you're with is really the one you should be with. One, two, are the demands and or wants, likes, needs of the other person something that you are willing to do or willing to compromise and and do. You know what I'm saying? Some things you might be like, no, hold up, I can't do it or I won't do it. But then there's some things you be like, well, baby, I can meet you halfway with this. I can do this, do that. Fellas too, because it might be a situation where, you know what I'm saying, you might got a wife that can't cook. Somebody's going to cook. I'm not trying to be funny, but in this day and age, there's some women that
That's
can't
true.
cook. And in this day and age, there's some men that can cook like a mother. I know I can cook like a mother. But, or vice versa. Like you might have a situation where the wife might wash the clothes, he might fold them, or he might wash them, she might fold them. Or she might do the whole shebang, or he might do the whole shebang. It's all about communication to see where everybody's at. Hey, Creole, communication is definitely the key. I got you, Expression.
Now the reason I laugh, right? You know what I mean? I was laughing because when you mention women can't cook, they get very upset about this. You know what I mean? Even if they can't cook, they get very upset about it. You know what I mean? I guess it's kind of like when they say that we can't do something in the bedroom. I mean, they feel that way about the kitchen. I don't know. Even if they can't cook, they get very, very upset about that. Like it's like an insult. Like, how dare you say? Like they really just go like ballistic, even if they really
Man,
can't.
listen, men got shortcomings too. So if they can point out our shortcomings or the things we can't do, and or we take accountability and be real with ourselves, they should be able to be real with themselves. Some women will tell you, I can't cook. I never have. I never tried. Even though in this day and age it's so easy because you can throw in a YouTube video or IG and catch the recipe and put it together. But some people have never attempted. So we're just in that day and age where a lot of people want it now, so they opt for DoorDash, they opt for fast food, or they opt for this, that, and the third, and some just never have prepared a meal. However, economically stating, you do yourself a better service being on to know how to cook. You'll save you a lot of money in the long run, and you can control the healthiness of the meals that you prepare, the balance of the meal, and everything. I'm just saying.
That's a fact, family. No, I'm saying when you actually tell them that they can't cook, like they be all right.
Good
Like
morning.
they'll
Good morning.
actually get mad if you tell them like, yo, you can't cook, even if it's true. Like I've seen it before. I don't know why they get
Oh,
so.
okay. Well, there's a tactful way in which you do that. You can't just be like sitting there at the table and she gave you that plate and you like, your ass can't cook. You can't do that. You got
Why
you know
this
what I'm saying?
man?
You gotta delicately touch that one because you might get a oops upside your head or pan. Ah!
Frying pan coming.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, this man. This man made me have to came up. Look,
What's
what
going
you
on,
not gonna
Shaletta?
do? Good morning. Good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Wait. Good morning. So what I will say is that like my husband, he has strong things that he's great at cooking. I'm not gonna lie. So a lot of times he cooks, but I can cook also. So it just depends on who feels like cooking that day. Now there's stuff that he cooks better than me, and there's stuff I cook better than him. So it just depends on the dynamics of your relationship. Like I just think required is like I used to think that, but it's like a strong word because there's like for instance to clean certain parts of the house because I have certain injuries I cannot do. So he does it. But in return, I get his lunch ready for work and all that other stuff. So it's like it just depends on the dynamics of your particular relationship, I think. Like there's no gender roles, I think, in my house now. Like that's just all out the window.
And see, it's a recent and newfangled thing because years before it was a little bit different. And
Yeah, you
to
had
just
to learn how to cook. You had to do
the
this. You had to do that.
the answer the other part of your question, if you value your woman, if you value your man, the husband or wife that you have, then their input should mean something to you when it comes to how money is doled out. Um, in and around the house and et cetera, investments, et cetera, et cetera. Now, like if you got your own business and your wife's not a part of it, or you got your own business and your husband's not a part of it, that might be a different scope when it comes to what what input they have on how do you spend money within your business to grow your business or whatever. And sometimes your mate or your spouse might not be that business savvy to where they could give
Mhm.
a educated input in that arena. But far as bills and the frivolous stuff, the extras and things around the
Mhm.
house, just because you make the most money should not preclude or leave out the other spouse from having input, because that's saying you don't value your mate
Right.
the way that you should. Because
And I think people. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, no. I'm working on cutting people. I'm so sorry. I was gonna say like it's like with with your wife, like you're in a partnership, and I think that's what a lot of men forget is that once you get married, it's a partnership. So you should communicate with each other and whatnot. Like my husband will buy his own, like whatever, his own little stuff. Like, but the bills and stuff, we come together, we talk about it or whatever. As long as I take care of, I see a new gadget in my house, like, oh, where'd this come from? Because that's his money. That's his money to buy whatever he want. He just, where did this get here? That's fine. But the bills and stuff we talk about and we make sure that that's taken care of. And then whatever he wants to do with the rest of his money, that's his business. And then I see it later.
My lady do that too. Like when I buy something new, she's like, "Where this come from?" And like,
Right.
I don't know why y'all.
Like, I don't know.
Because a lot of times when we buy stuff, we mad hype. So when it comes to the door, you know that it came to the door. I'll wake up in the morning and see something new downstairs. Like, wait, oh, okay. I
Oh,
keep it moving because
y'all
he
asses
works
be
hard.
hiding too. Y'all asses be hiding
So.
too. Trying
Oh,
to
I don't
hide
have my.
bags and bags and trying to say, okay, I might got 10 bags. Let me see if I can stuff 5 of these in the other 5 to make it look like I only got 5 bags of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And get it to my room real quick and put it in the car. Oh, I been had that. You don't remember? You know how y'all do. Y'all know how y'all do. As
There's
opposed,
one thing I didn't show him yet. There's this
huh?
jacket I bought. There's one thing I didn't show him yet. This jacket I bought like months ago. But yeah, I'll say it like, oh, guess what you bought me. But yeah,
And
I do
hold on,
my
hold on,
part
hold
though.
on,
I do
hold
my
on.
wow.
part.
And he goes for that.
Eh, I didn't say that. I just said I did
I
it.
was about to say, because I'm one of them dudes. I pay attention, right? So, like, it ain't like I'm gonna make an issue out of it, but it's like, nah, I know I ain't get you that. I know I didn't da 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 da. I remember when I gave you the money. I remember what you came home with. Nah, that wasn't it. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. But Sarah Lynn makes
Wait,
a
who
good point.
buying weed and edibles? Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Say what? Look at you geeking. Look, this is who
No,
bought in the weed the other
no,
go.
and Watchmen said who bought the weed and the edibles. Like that's an important question. Unfortunately, on my end, my husband is too. He trips out too much on it, so it's just me. I don't have a bud
Whomever,
partner.
whomever.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Sarah
Sarah Lynn
Lynn.
says sometimes we stick too rigidly to gender roles. Well, I
Right.
guess
Exactly.
in this day and age, with things being so much, and far as the roles and the genders, with all these new pronouns and all these people wanting to be this, that, and the third, and all these unconventional relationships, even within heterosexuality, not even mentioning homosexuality
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
LGBTQ, but even just in heterosexuality, the dynamics are so much different than years before. So you're right about that, Sarah Lynn. It's kind of, it all depends on what you want, what you're looking for, how you were raised, and what you bring forward from out of that into your relationship, and then the person you choose to get with. Again, it's about communication, compromising, because we're not going to come to the table most times with everything that the other person wants or needs. But we got to be
Mhm.
willing to sacrifice and or compromise to say, okay, I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to stop doing this. I'm willing to start doing this, going here, maybe not going there. Hell, if whether it's going to a play, going to an opera, whether it's going to church, whether it's cooking, whether it's cleaning up, whether it could be a number of things. But I feel as though compromising, but more importantly, communication is definitely the key to any
And
successful relationship.
plus, people have their strong suits, like you said earlier about telling him, "Don't tell her while you eating that the food's nasty." If you know your girl can't cook, just cook at this point, or teach her. Like somebody said, teach her. Like I've asked my husband how to cook certain stuff. Like, nah, I'm lying. I did like once for that. We have a competition thing going on right now. So
Mm.
like, who makes the better mac and cheese, which is me. But like, he makes better ribs and stuff like that. So like, anyway, the point is though, like, you don't tell her while you eating it, but you can say, babe,
Like,
I could teach you how to do this, or look up. There's Google nowadays. I'll look up recipes. I don't care. I'll look up something.
exactly, and then it is a more tactful way, but like, maybe, baby, something's missing out of this.
He said
Spice
something's
it up.
missing.
Like maybe you need to add this spice or something. Try to tread
But a
lightly.
woman should know that's not her strong suit. I ain't gonna hold you. Like if I come on, you gotta know if that's not your strong suit.
It could be, but the same way fellas try to impress women, women try to impress men too.
That's a
So
Well, I'm
fact.
saying if
that
she's your wife right now, you should. But if she's your wife, if you were talking about wife. I'm sorry, sir. Were you saying my wife or just a girlfriend?
either or, but more importantly, wife. But by then, you should have been able to taste
By then,
a
you
meal
should
or
know.
something. By then, yeah.
Right.
By
I
then,
mean,
yeah.
maybe she know the hot spots to go eat at. Now that's expensive, but hey, I mean, if y'all got it like that, then rock on. But uh,
I will say this:
but
I
like,
do myself. I believe in like equal partnership. So like,
right.
you know what I mean? Like, I
Hmm.
want somebody that I could build with, somebody I could talk to,
Of
somebody
course,
that I can build. Not just physically, you know what I mean, but emotionally, spiritually, also mentally, and we could just help and guide each other, sharpen each other, and inspire each other. You know what I mean? Like that's the key. You know what I mean?
that
And if
part.
you could find somebody like that, man, it's rare gold. Sis, you was about to say something. I'm sorry.
No, no, all good, all good. Yeah, no, I was gonna say that. I just feel like when I got into this relationship, I really did. I grew up. I'm an '80s baby, so I grew up with the woman supposed to do this, the guy does this. But once we started living together, it just like for instance, certain
It
stuff he
morphed into
cleans, like
something different.
yeah, it morphed into something different. It wasn't even
Mhm.
intentional. Like my husband likes to cook sometimes. There are times that like I do have a disability where my back or my body acts up. So I can't always do certain stuff. So he wants to sometimes and he does a great job at it. So it's like the bathroom. Great job at cleaning the bathroom. I clean it, but he is like amazing cleaner when it comes to certain places in the house to clean. So it's like, yeah, I was taught that the woman supposed to keep the kids, cook, clean, do all that stuff. I do. I just it may not be the picture perfect way you see on Mary Poppins or something. But like like it's like my house clean, he got his lunch for work, but there's times that my husband likes to cook, just enjoys it. And so I think it's nothing wrong with that. Like today is I'm cooking today because I feel like cooking. So this is how I go. I think it just depends on your dynamics when you get in the house. Now, if you know that your man wants you, like I see that required word is so weird to me. But if you know that this is what your husband wants and you're okay with giving him whatever said thing is, you should probably upkeep that, especially if he's a provider. I believe in that. Now that I believe in. My man is the provider of the house. I should make sure that even if I don't cook the food, there's times that I ain't feel like cooking. I ain't gonna hold you. I've ordered something to come to the house so that way when he was home, he got home, he had food and lunch for the next day. If I didn't feel like cooking, so he's the provider of
and,
my house, so I feel like I should take care of him.
and it's important. It's really important to find somebody that complements you, meaning your flaws and your shortcomings. Somebody that can balance that out. You know what I'm saying? I always say
Right.
I'm always looking for the Bonnie to my Clyde. I'm not talking about in a negative connotation, but somebody that's
Right.
gonna a ride or die, to someone that's gonna catch where I'm slipping and pick up the slack, and I'm gonna catch it where she's slipping and pick up the slack. Whether it be in certain cleaning aspects, whether it be in cooking, whether it be in this, that, and the third. Finding somebody that you know how they say you should come into a relationship complete, but if you can find somebody that completes you, because we're all
Right.
imperfect
Mm.
people, we all fall short, we all missing certain puzzle pieces when it comes to certain things. Like it's certain things that we can do that we don't do, and there's certain things that we don't know how to do or do well. And that other
Right.
person, if they can fill in those gaps for you, and you can fill in those gaps for her or him or whatever the case may be, then it becomes more of a perfect, quote unquote, perfect situation or whatever.
Facts.
Intellectually, in actual activities within the home, outside the home, et cetera, et cetera. Because you got some men that, you know what I'm saying, work harder than the women. You got some women that work harder than the men as far as in their jobs or whatever. And one might have more free time than the other one. One might, like I said, be more acclimated with doing household chores, and it doesn't have to necessarily be a woman. It could be a man who, how they were raised, knows how, know, like you said, your husband knows how to clean the hell out the bathroom. Somebody taught him that, or he learned it. You know what I'm saying? And just being able to balance out, even if let me say this, and I'm gonna land the plane. Even if you are the primary um person that takes care of the home, something might happen where you're sick. You might have to go on a business trip. You might have to go on a
Right.
family
Right.
outing and or funeral or something, and you're not around. It'd be good to have somebody that can pick up that slack and be able to say,
Mm.
"I got you, baby. Do you?" Or
Mhm.
handle your business. I got it. Vice versa. Male or
So,
female in that
so
aspect.
Phil, I got two culture questions, right? I'm a,
Sure,
so, so one question we about to really go to a different level,
sure.
right? So, I so should black people fight for equal rights and for reparations, or should we just let things be where they at?
I, the equal rights, yes. The reparations,
We ain't getting them damn reparations. You know.
I was about to
And I'm not a
say,
negative person. I'm not a negative person. But if by now all this marching, we done marched since 1960, 50 somebody, and we still marching, and we ain't getting enough. I know, let's a lie. California said something. They giving people, they might be giving black people something back. Was that a false article?
I
I
think
did see
real.
something
It's a
about
real thing. I don't know
California.
where it's at in the.
It's in Northern California. It's out here.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Right.
a real
Okay, so
thing,
that's a
but
real thing. Okay,
hasn't
that's
been.
good.
This is
Okay,
the.
so if they really start
But
that trend, then yeah, but I don't think that the reparations, nah, but I mean, we should have equal rights by now. It's disgusting. It's 2023 and we got no equal rights. That's crazy.
I would say this, as far as reparations, they've doled out money to other nations of people, other races of people that have come here since us. Um, so it's obvious they don't want to do that because one, to gauge the full economical impact that it would be for them to reparate, as so to speak, um, the black race. Uh, the number would be astronomical. Do you go off of the numbers of yesterday when slavery actually went on, or would you go off what that dollar would mean today in today's society? Would you do that? The number would I think it would tear the stock market in half. It would decimate it. It would crumble the economy. But at this point, we got to stop. We got to stop waiting and looking for the reparations and start creating our own way.
Right.
It,
Yeah,
it,
that's
it's crazy when you sit there and you look. Hey, 20 bandana. If you look for somebody that really don't have your best interests at heart to do right by you, you're sitting there like a fool. It becomes a time where okay, this so and so ain't being genuine. This so and so ain't got my best interest. Let me move around. Let me make my own lane. Let me go my own path. Let me make it happen. That's why a lot of people say that segregation was one of the best times for black folks because one, it forced us to learn to cooperate, to work together because we knew we couldn't really go outside and work with too many white folks. So we had to work with one with another and circulate money within our communities, which help build certain towns like Tulsa, Oklahoma, and other places of that nation. So to sit back and wait for reparations would be crazy. It would be the right thing to do. And I don't mean just blanketly here's some money. Because if you give a fool money, they're gonna end up being a foolish person broke again. But reparations should come with education or re-education, uh, maybe land allotment with a class or course to learn how to, to deal with the land. It's a lot more than just the monetary value of it. Because we all were promised 40 acres in a mule, our
Right.
ancestors. None of
Right.
us really got that. And in
And
today's time,
mhm.
40 acres and a mule would mean a whole lot more than just 40 acres and a mule.
Right. I think we took. Do you? Well, not I think. Do you think we took a step backwards now that they took away or they're trying to take away affirmative action? Because I feel like that might be a step backwards, right? Or no?
It's a step backwards, but it should make us push forward.
I see. Okay. I feel that. That's true.
Because at the end of the day, if you see what they're doing with a lot of things like Florida, DeSantis and all that, he's not the only one that's going to be pushing these referendums and these changes and these bullshit things where they're trying to Jim Crow and they're trying to go back to a certain time and era. It should make us wake the hell up and want to do something different. It should make us want to get on our p's and toes and say, okay, hold up.
We too busy trying to impress the masses though. That's the problem I noticed. We grew. I feel like I recently realized that I grew up surviving, not living. If that makes sense. Like not
Mm-hmm.
just living life like most people. Like you grew up like you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta be on your. That's how I grew up instead of actually living life. So it's like that's we're always in survival mode as a people. So I think when we do get that glimmer of hope and somebody let us through the door, we running through the door. Oh, shout out to Jazz. Ah, they don't let me in the door. Okay, sorry. That was just there. But like
What?
no, but like no, once they let us in the door, it feels like we should bring other people with us, but I don't think we do do that. It doesn't appear to be. Some people do. Let me not say everybody, but once you get in with the masses, you take it with your family and you out. You like, I got to go what's best for me and my family, and then that be the end of it.
At some point in time, we got to stop. We got to stop the blame game. It is
Yeah,
what
that's
it
true.
is. De facto, it is what it is. Like they, not everybody, but they are or they have been how they've been. They treated us how they treat us. They continue to treat us how they treat us. They continue to deny certain things that should be rightfully ours. But what are you gonna do about it? You're gonna sit there and just sit in your mess. You're gonna sit there in the problem and just complain, cry, moan, get anxiety, and worry about it, or you're gonna do something to change that. You're gonna do something
I think
to make your way out of no way. It's possible. People got to stop looking for the gimme, gimme, gimme,
right.
and get to the get it, get it, get it. And when you start doing that, then your perspective changes, your outlook changes, and then that's how you gain equality. Financial wherewithal, that's power. That's power. When we as a community gain a certain amount of financial assets and wealth, that's when laws will change. That's when things will move in mass,
But we have
for or
prominent
against.
people that can do it, though. I think, right or no? Don't we have prominent black people in position that could possibly do it, and they
Some of those
didn't
people,
or not?
some of the people ain't in there for the cause. Some of them are in there for themselves. Some of them are in there for the cause, but when they're working by themselves, again, when you're going up against a machine with unlimited dollar access, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Then you got you.
Right,
We do have people that have financial wherewithal. Some of them are for themselves. Some of
right.
them, some of them are willing to be with the cause. I guess. But if we had more people that had a more of a community mindset, more of a Afrocentric mindset, more and more financial wherewithal, then
Hmm.
that's how you move. What you call? That's why people like the Asians, the Indians, the
They got unity, yo.
different other cultures. They come not only with unity, but they also come with dollar. They come with money, and that's what America's built off of, money. So that's why they get reparations. That's why they get bills passed hella fast, because their people bring financial gain to the United States, and on the flip of that, the U.S. is beholden to some of their countries and some of their countrymen because of certain things. So, whereas we have to get to that point where we say, okay, what did they do? How did they get it? Not be upset that they got it, but get in your think tank, do your mental Googles, and say, how did they get it? Emulate it or make it apply to you and or us and our people, and make it happen. Stop just talking about it and be about it.
Okay, family. I think like I like both of y'all points in perspective because like y'all really speaking on it like profoundly.
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing that will really make it a possibility, okay, maybe it won't be economic reparations, right? But maybe we can get maybe like educational reparations or even career reparations just based on the fact that like and you know this Big Phil coming from DC, we come from Brooklyn. I don't know what the other sisters from, but it sounds like you from back east as well. But
I'm from Brooklyn in the house with
all right,
Flatbush.
all
What's
right,
up? You know.
all right, that's what's up, that's what's up. You know what I mean? So like knowing how some of our communities are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we know that like those things would help. You know what I mean? And you know, we know that there's a kid or there's a couple of kids and they doing great in school, but the school they go to is just complete trash. Books all tore up. You know what I mean? There's vermin infested in the schools, all types of stuff. The school lunch is bad. It's not healthy for them. You know what I mean? It's creating obesity and other problems. But yeah, if you go to a better neighborhood, you know what I mean, other communities in any affluent community, they don't have to deal with these things. They have better food. Their books are good. The teachers are actually really invested in the kids. You know what I mean? And the parents are invested as well. The parents aren't working paycheck to paycheck to make sure everything is cool. So I think that you know the kids who actually are trying to excel, the people who actually just need just a leg up, who are doing the best they can. I think that is definitely what will help them and make them grow and shine. Maybe not like I said, economic reparations offhand because I know a lot of people think we get like a bunch of economic reparations. Everybody gonna be at like the Bentley dealership or this dealership or
It's going to be a lot of people broke within, if not right away, within a few short ass months.
I
It's
just
going to
don't
be a
want
lot
to
of
have
people
to
broke.
pay rent no more. Like if I could not pay my high ass rent no more, I'm cool. Like just take one of my major bills away, my car note or my rent, and then that good. Just let me live life after that. I'm cool.
That's too much. That's too much. Like, right? You're talking about not paying rent at all. Now,
No, I'm saying like for reparations. Like let's say they said, all right, the reparation would be a year or two, or I don't really know. Like pick your thing. So
that
like
ain't
okay, see how
that
you
wouldn't
said.
be that wouldn't even be nowhere near enough. 2 years or some
No, but
damn.
what I'm saying is so that way we can ensure that our people don't go blowing it like they did PPP loans. That's what I'm saying. Like you don't think that's a good idea? Like if they be like, all
Um,
right, we gonna apply this to your bill. You know what I'm saying? So that way it's like we know where this money is going, and I'm all right with it. Like pick a bill, any bill. I don't care. Like I think that way you know that we're not blowing it on. We really need the money, and we're not blowing it on whatever the cars or whatever.
I think like um again, I think education is very paramount in this situation, because you saw how the stimulus, how a lot of people blew through the stimulus or whatever, when that what you call it. But that also shows the fact that they was able to put out a stimulus that they are able to reparate, do some do some form
That
of reparation.
part.
They are able to
Wow.
do it, but it goes to show
True.
you that they are not going to do it. So at the end of the day, you got to stop sitting there complaining. The Goody Mob said it best: get up, get out, and get something. You feel me? You got to say, okay, you're not gonna work with me. How can I get it done? You're not gonna help me get there. How can I get it done? You trying to stop me from doing it? How can I bob and weave, pause, move around that and get it done? At the end of the day, the powers that be don't they want to see a certain class of people stay where they at, and that goes beyond race, but it also includes race. And we got to say, okay, We see how the game is being played. We got to play it like it's chess. We got to think 6, 7, 10, 15 steps ahead to stay at equal kill or equal medium with those that would see us stay where we at. I tell you all the time, there's a lot of talent within our communities that is very fearful to even use their talent as far as that can cook, that can make plate lunches and dinners, that know how to do hair, that know how to do nails, that know how to do landscaping and lawn care, that know how to cut hair. Different things that you think, oh, that's mediocre. No. These are core things that will never go to waste. People gonna always want to eat something. There's always going to be somebody's yard or land that needs to be cared for. There's always going to be somebody that need a haircut. Ladies, you know y'all want to get y'all weaves, fabulous, or your naturals done right. There's a lot of things, electrical, carpentry. There's a lot of things that you can build your own off of that you're fearful because you've been taught that a structured 9 to 5 is the way to go. And I'm not shitting on or talking down on anybody that has a job. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's cool for some folks, but it's not cool for everybody. And a job should be the starting block for anything anyway. But you got to step out on faith and take your rightful place in this world. And that means if you have a skill, a gift, an anointing, a talent, utilize it. Utilize it for the greater good, one, for you and your household, but for your people, your community. Because one, that's going to help raise the bar of us as a people. Because once we stop relying so much on everybody else and what they have to offer, guess what happens? They have to come to the table with us. Because now we're showing a wherewithal, just like Tulsa, Oklahoma, Rosewood, the many other cities. And we're in a day and place now that they can't just do away with the cities like they did years ago. So things would be different if we utilize them same principles to build us up, build each other up. I'm just saying it. I'm not going to be long-winded on that.
No, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact, Big Phil. All right, this is my last question. You know what I mean?
That's true, Sarah Lynn.
I know you about to land soon. So my last question, just about the culture and all that, right?
Sure.
Do you think mental health is something that we ignore way too much? You know what I mean? And that we just kind of, push to the side like, oh, so cool, ain't nothing wrong with them. But I think it's a really
Yes,
big dilemma.
Oh,
And
yeah.
for real.
yes, 1000% yes. I wish I would have got help sooner. I hate this. Like they act like this, and now that I see certain things, I'm like, yo, my mom got this and that, but she don't even know because she didn't grow up like that. And she's not gonna go to therapy because she's 60 plus. She's not gonna go. Like mental health is serious, and that's another thing. Like I don't understand why they throw people like certain people don't need to go to jail. Just put them in therapy or something, bro, or give them therapy in jail. Like it's just like I don't know. It's not a rehabilitation center to go to jail. Like it. Mental health is running rampant, and now it's like it's worse. But at least people are trying to get help. But back a few years ago, people didn't talk about it like that.
You're right. And I know in DC, and I'm pretty sure it's like that in other metropolises, they've tamped down on the programs for people that have mental illnesses, who have needs of like psychiatric and psychological evals as well as ongoing treatment. Um, and what it does, it pushes people to the street. Those that might need inpatient care are left to the streets, and a lot of times
Right.
they end up in jails. And when they end up in jails, a lot of times they're not placed in medical units either. They're left amongst general population. There's only certain ones out of general population that they'll actually grab up and put it to the medical units, but the other ones they'll leave to their own selves in general populations. You have the mentally disturbed, the mentally
Yep.
ill. When I say mentally disturbed, I like the criminally insane or the ones that are have how can I put it? They're prone to act out, lash out, do violent acts, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas you have other ones that are no harm to nobody else, but then they kind of put themselves in, not put themselves, but they're kind of left to be victimized and or lost in the fray of things or whatever. And then a lot of the homeless community is built up of a lot of people that have mental illnesses. Not everybody, but have mental illnesses and mental disorders because they have nowhere to go to get treatment. They have nobody there that they can talk to and or any resources anymore. And it's a shame, but it goes to show you with the mental health, with education, a lot of the things that not just our community, but that we need as a people are getting pushed to the wayside for a bunch of selfish garbage. And
Right.
it's the world we live in and where things are going to. I don't care what your spiritual religious background is. It has been written and foretold in different religious and or spiritual uh, textual manuscripts. So just pay attention to what's going on. What you gonna do about it is the best question. What you gonna do about it? Because at the end of the day, a lot of us see some of these people and we shun them. We shun them like, no, I don't want them around me.
Yeah, they
When
need
some,
help, and hmm they need
when
help.
some,
And the thing is, if I
go ahead.
didn't move out, sorry, if I just want to say this real quick, if I didn't move away from certain environments and get into a good, how do you call it, a good medical system?
Mhm.
What do you call it? You know, like your hospitals are good, your doctors are kind of really top notch.
Oh, good
If I
medical,
didn't get around,
like a facility system,
huh?
a facility system.
Yeah, but like, what do you call that if you say like, let's say you live in certain parts of wherever, certain
Uh,
parts of Brooklyn, you're not gonna get that care because it's not allotted to you. But like, I moved to an area now where it's like the doctors are amazing, the hospitals are amazing. Like, what is that called? When they don't put the right stuff in the right neighborhoods, I guess.
The
oh,
right
those
resources.
malpractice. It's called malpractice. That's terminology of not having good care is malpractice. Um, but the terminology of having good care, I don't know per se what that would be called. Maybe it's like positive healthcare. I don't know the exact
Or like,
terminology.
is it like it's like what is it called? Redlining? What is that thing? Oh God, I'm fucking up.
I know what
Oh,
you're talking about.
Sorry.
red line.
Yeah, like when you it's like
Redlining.
a neighborhood. So
Yeah.
if you live in certain neighborhoods, you're not going to get the certain kind of care that you may or may not need. I feel as though I had to move me and my family to a certain area so that we could get a good school, couldn't get good doctors, can get good mental health care. I had to do that in order for us to have good mental health care, and that's not cool. That's all. I'm sorry, I want to interrupt, but that's all I wanted to say. Like it just depends on where you live sometimes now, and that's not right though.
And the thing of it is, right, we a lot of times when we hear mental illness or whatever, we think like extreme. We think like extreme, like slow, uh all off their rocker, et cetera, et cetera. But it's people that have mild mental illness or issues that aren't addressed and they're misdiagnosed and they're some of their families, friends, some of the people in society shun them because they don't understand what's going on with them. I'm talking about minorly. I'm talking about from just different brain patterns like autism, um, bipolarism, just different things that where the person might just be mildly this, but because you can't diagnose it or they haven't gone to see the right people to get the right treatment and or you know the right education to help them and or help people to cope and deal with people that they encounter of these various spectrums of things. um it a lot that helps lend to like homelessness and people because people don't family members don't want to deal with them no more or can't understand what they're going through. um Certain living situations say they can't stay here no more. And I'm not talking about the dangerous ones. I'm not talking about the ones, like I said, that commit crimes or are psychotic or whatever the case may be, but just good people that are dealing with certain issues and they maybe even themselves don't know what's going on in themselves. And some of them run to hide because they feel like I'm not adequate as a man, I'm not adequate as a woman because I don't know what's going on with me and nobody can seem to tell me or help me. And that's a damn shame because, like Dad said, we all need help, with one thing or another. And we're in a world where there's not enough empathy and not enough sympathy, not enough care and compassion for your fellow man. And I got a good case in point. There's a brother that I knew. He was a friend of my uncle or whatever. In the 70s, he took a LSD trip. If y'all know what LSD is, it's a drug. Probably was in a tab form that he took it or whatever. Um, and he tripped out. He tripped out and he never came back whole. Never came back whole. You see him walking through the neighborhood and all that time, and he frightened some people, but he was harmless as a fly. He didn't bother nobody. Hell, he would come to cut people grass and do different things, but he was off. You could tell he was off. The way he walked, everything about him was off. The way he communicated or whatever. But a good dude, good-hearted dude. He just made a bad choice, and it affected him mentally for the rest of his life or whatever. We have to start learning how to assess things, learn how to deal with things, deal with people with not only different backgrounds but of different mental capacities, because everybody is not as swift and sharp as the next person. Everybody's not, but that doesn't make them dumb. It doesn't make them stupid. It don't make them slow. It make them different. And we got to understand that this world is made up of a lot of different people, and for the same reasons that we don't want to be discriminated against as a people because of our skin color or whatever, we gotta also look out for those that are discriminated because of our not knowing, or our not understanding, or misdiagnosis, or non-diagnosis of certain medical how can I say, deficiencies, mental deficiencies.
Yeah, and I think that stems from, like, as a youth, right? We traumatized, man. Some of us are traumatized, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we told that, like, behaviors that we have are wrong, right? So it may not be that my behavior is wrong. It may be the fact that I'm like a visual learner, right? I can't learn the same way that my brother and sister is learning, or that my cousins is learning. You know what I mean? I learn differently. But because of that, no, you a bad kid. No, you know what I mean? You just always into something. No, I'm just curious. Like, I'm not a bad kid. You know what I mean? I just learn differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But what we do is that we immediately just beat our kids or berate them, and so they get traumatized. So they carry that trauma until adulthood.
Yes.
You know what I'm
that's a
saying?
Yep.
fact.
And that
Yep.
happens a lot.
Hey,
Or
Cass.
or like when we go to school, or we play the dozens or whatever, or we joke on each other. Not every kid can handle that. You know what I mean? Because some kids
That's
may
true.
get hazed, or, oh man, you soft. You can't take that joke. You soft, man. Like, that traumatizes people. You know what I mean? And we don't understand the effects of that. You know what I mean? We don't understand the effects, and how that lingers. And then when we come home, and in the home is the same way, where it's like we gotta kind of
Mhm.
stuff all the time. It's like, nah, not everybody built like that, man. Not everybody built from that cloth. Some people, they more reserved. They like to be quiet. They may want to be to themselves, or they may differently. But we never adapt or try to adapt to people's, different learning styles, the learning curves, the way of understanding. We just immediately put them down and tell them that they weak, or they punks, or you soft. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
we immediately run to that. And what that does, that traumatizes a person. And then when they go to a different level, whether they snap or they regress, right? Then we're like, what happened with so and so? Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, yo, y'all been traumatizing this person for mad long. You know what I mean? Not understanding that this person is probably a genius, or they probably could bring something
Mhm.
to the community that you can't even bring. You feel me? So yeah.
That is a fact.
It's the like that's why with my child, like I had got into it with my aunt one day because she's like, "Oh no, you gotta beat your kid." Not my particular kid, but she was saying in general. And I'm like, I don't. I've popped him like a few, but not like that. But I don't believe in that because like that. Now where he gonna take that? Oh, if I'm mad at you, I'm gonna hit you. That's how that starts. Now thinking about it, like I was beat as a kid, but I mean, it makes you more aggressive. It make, like you said, like you at school, you might be getting teased. You come home, oh, you ain't do this right. You ain't do your dishes right. You get yelled at and beat for that. No, I'm not doing all that. I'm gonna talk to you and find out what's wrong. Like my teens, like if there's something going on, if you're afraid to talk to me about it, you want to talk to somebody else about it. Pick somebody. I don't care who. Just don't leave it in there to fester, and now you want to blow up on somebody else later for nothing. That's how that happens, and that's not cool. I talk to my kids. I don't believe in really hitting. I mean, listen, you get out of crazy, but I mean, if it's something we could talk out, like let's talk. To my 5-year-old, I started now. He get angry at a video game, ready to break the TV. No, what we're not gonna do, relax. It's a video game. You gotta talk to these kids. They got a lot of pressure out
We also got to understand too. There's a there's a scripture and also a saying where it says the sins of the father and the mother will be revisited by the children or whatever. Um, we got to understand some of the things that we entertain, some of the things that we eat, and some of the things we do get passed down to our children through the DNA. So sometimes when we're quote unquote not taking care of ourselves, outwardly, where it looks to other people like we're eating this, we're doing that. Certain things that we ingesting that alter certain things get passed down through the DNA, and you kind of set your children up not just for obesity and weight issues, but also other health issues, including mental health issues, autism, bipolarism, different other things that affect the mind or whatever. We have to start being careful by what we ingest, what we entertain, um, because I really believe that the sins of the mother and the father, or the father and the mother, however you want to look at it, are revisited by your child. If not your child, your children's children. Um, we have to take a more proactive step when it comes to everything community based, everything that happens from our personal lives to our relationships to our communities to our us as a people, and we can go beyond that, but we got to start at home. We got to start with us first, and understand that
Right.
everything that we do and everything that we don't do plays a part in where we at, financially, where we at mentally, where we at as a community, in the bigger scheme of things. And understand there's a lot that we don't understand. You can't be fearful of the things that we don't understand. That's how shit like racism and bigotry and classism and a lot of other things take root and actually blossom. They form out of the fear of the unknown or the fear of not knowing. Because some people hate us just because they never experienced a black person or never experienced a Latino person or never experienced this or that and the third, without
Hmm.
getting the opportunity or taking the opportunity to get to know somebody and know them as a person. We have to understand shit like dyslexia. There's many a child
Hmm.
that has been berated, punished, maybe even spanked out of
That's what
something
I'm
that we didn't
saying.
understand, something we
Didn't
didn't understand,
understand. Right. Right. Right.
because they they
Right.
they just diagnosed that since the late 80s, 90s, somewhere off in
Yeah,
there.
that's new.
What
That's
dyslexia
new.
was pretty new in the scope of things or whatever. But there's a lot of people that suffered from that and that do suffer from that go undiagnosed. And it comes off as they not trying to learn. They're not trying to, or they're not putting forth the
Putting the
right
effort.
effort or whatever the case
Right.
may be.
Mm-hmm.
We have
And I want
we
to
have
say that he's. Go ahead.
we
Sorry.
have
Go
to
ahead.
sometimes think deeper into a situation. Not so much that we get lost in it, but to understand. Okay, if this isn't working, if this conventional method of teaching, this conventional way of thinking isn't working, what else? What else is there? What's going on here? And if you don't have the wherewithal to think about it that deep, find somebody that's licensed and or trained, the right person, because everybody licensed and so-called trained ain't there for your betterment neither. So we just got to do better. We definitely got to do better in our community.
Yeah. And I wanted to say because Des had said, don't be trying to be friends with your kids. It's not even that. It's like everything starts in the home, like you said. I'm not trying to be
Mm-hmm.
friends with my 5-year-old, but I do want my 5-year-old to communicate with me why he's mad, and he's not going to communicate with me why he's mad if I'm yelling. Of course, the easy route is to beat him, yell at him. Why? Because I'm bigger and I can. That's a bully. At the end of the day, if you look at it, you're a bully because you can. Now, if you, like I said, there's certain circumstances you can't get out of line. All right, but what I'm saying is a 5-year-old who's just only been on this planet 5 years, who is learning just like how you're learning, and a lot of stuff I had to learn was that my mental health wasn't right, and a lot of our parents' mental health wasn't right. Like somebody said in the comments, it passed down to generations and trauma generations, and we're born out of trauma. And now I'm in therapy trying to fix that shit. And I don't want my son to have to. If I can, I'm not going to be able to prevent everything, but if I can do my part in certain stuff where I see what triggers him, all right, son, take your I teach him now about taking your deep breaths. Don't wild out on somebody else because you mad you lost the game. That's simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't believe in beating him for that kind of situation. Like for what? Because now he gonna go be angry at somebody else and beat and hit them because he's mad. I'm not doing
That's a fact. Like like my thing was like, you know, growing up, man, like I was interested in like other type of music, man, other type of culture, other type of things. Now,
Mm-hmm.
don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? Like, look, you know, the Adventures of Slick Rick was my introduction to hip hop. You feel me? So, like, I
Mhm.
was in tune with the you know what I'm saying? Like, Hey Young World was my jam back in the day. You feel me? Like, I was definitely in tune with the culture. So, like, but as I got older, my mind was expanding, and I wanted to hear stuff from like the Beatles or just somebody different. You feel what I'm saying? And as well as you know, still being tapped in for what we were doing. You know what I mean? As far as our music, you know what I mean? So, um, like, but when I would tap into the other stuff, it'd be like, man, yo, turn that weird stuff off, man. Like, what you listening to? You know what I mean? You need to be listening to this.
Mhm.
Like, so it was like instead of them embracing the other side, they would put it down. So I, for a long time, would put it down. You know what I mean? Or I would try to hide it. You know what I mean? Until I got old enough, and I was like, man, I ain't hiding this no more. Like, I listen to this and I listen to that. And yeah, I mess with the stuff in the culture too, almost definitely. That's first and foremost. But I also rock this other stuff too. You know what I mean? So, and because I
That's
started
true, Jay.
embracing other things, it expanded my mind. You know what I mean? Go ahead, family. I'm sorry.
No, no, I was telling Des that's true what he said. That it's your tone and your look. True. That's what I've been working on. My tone and my look. Like, all right, I done asked you 5 times to get together. And as far as what you just said about the music thing, I had that issue too. Like, I didn't. I grew up in Brooklyn, but for some reason, I was not like every other girl on the block. Like, I like different music. I still to this day, my playlist. You're not gonna be able to figure me out by my playlist because I like everything except for jazz, and I really don't know why. But I like everything, everything. And it's like and the fact that you had to hide it, that's yeah, because we get teased for stuff like that. But it's like nowadays, I'm glad these kids don't care. These kids is listening to whatever they don't get teased for nowadays. They go, yo, the first day of school used to be scary for me because I didn't have a lot. These kids' first day of school, well, I don't know where y'all at, but they don't care.
Morning.
They don't care. They just like, whatever. They have
And
their own style, which I love it.
Sarah Lynn, we need more of that in the communities where there's a block mom or you know someone in the neighborhood that
Yes.
cares about the kids. That's like a second or third mom for you know the neighborhood children, whatever. A lot of that is missing in this day and age. And to speak on what you were talking about, Mr. Best, um, I come from the era when, like I said, I remember when BET came on as a half a day. So there was a time where you listen to the Phil Collins, the Culture Clubs, the Whams, the you name it, Annie Lennox, Sweet Dreams Are Made of These, Tears for Fears, and groups of that nature, whatever. So I was exposed to other types of music early on, but also had an affinity for like the Motown era, the Delphonics, the Philly sound, and all that, because my aunts and uncles had that in my house, you know, in my household or whatever. So I think that a lot of times, I, Carrie L, you better stop playing with me. Anyway, I think we also have to stop being afraid to culturally advance, to step outside of the norm of what we say is the culture, and experience new things. Because that brain pattern, that thought process is what keeps us locked into a block, locked into a neighborhood, locked into our own city. Like that's the world, and there's nothing else outside of either our city or our state or our block. When there's a world out there, there's a whole lot of people that are moving around, a lot of things going on, and you are only as strong as your network. And your network isn't always at your home base and or in your community. You have to open and expand your mind to be able to experience whether it becomes your thing or not, whether you enjoy it fully or maybe it's just one or two songs, one or two art pieces, one or two locales or locations across the globe that you like or whatever or love. You have to be willing to step outside of the box to see that there's so much more in this world for that to offer you, because everything that goes on here doesn't happen in every other country. You know, it happens in some, but not in every other countries. We have some good things in the U.S. and then there's some bad things in the U.S. There's some good things in other countries and some bad things in other countries. But you have to be willing to open your mind, expand it. That's why that show Reading Rainbow was so awesome
Oh,
of a
remember
show to
that?
me.
That
it
was so
teaches
good.
kids, it taught kids to expand their mind through reading. Now you have so much more visual and so many more resources that maybe books aren't as popular, but I would still say, oh, crack open a book and let your mind explore. But I digress on that. Block mom.
Word, that's a
I
big
got a
fact.
block
For
for
real.
you. Huh?
And I
You
said
say,
that's a big fact, man. That reading Rainbow was it, bro. For real.
man, you
Word. Yo,
take
I
a
still know
book,
the theme song. That's
take a
crazy.
look. It's in the book. Read it, Rainbow.
Oh my god, that was it. They don't have that. Like nowadays, these kids they could Google everything. I'm like, so my son asks me something, I'm like, my oldest son asks me something, I'm like, you do realize you have Google. I don't have Google. It's some stuff I don't know, and I'm not afraid to tell them now that I don't know. And I'm like, yo, you definitely have Google. Let's look this up together. We can do that
And to
because
answer
we
a
ain't got
big
that.
apple headed person's question, yes, it did teach me because I came around where you had to read. We didn't have it but so couple channels, and I stayed getting in trouble. So television was taken away, so I ain't had no choice but to read. And I fell in love with reading, and my mind was very expanded and expansive. Thank you very much, Applehead. But yes, reading takes
Hmm.
your mind other places, whether you're reading fiction or nonfiction. It opens you up to learning new things, getting different perspectives about different things. So when it comes to what we all see here, and we're visually stimulated by shows and movies and series and things of the nature, and some of them are damn good. Let's be clear. We cannot forget the basics of expanding our mind by reading, because reading makes you think and process what you're reading differently than what you get to see. What you get to see puts it in
Word.
another perspective, but a book makes your imagination and your thought process picture a thing. If that makes sense,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
painting a picture of a scenery, it actually allows you to kind of step into the whatever, whether it's a factual situation or a fictional situation.
Yeah, 80s babies definitely had to read like right now. Like we had to go to the in order to do research for a book report, you had to go to the
Yeah.
library. There was no way around it. You had to either buy the encyclopedias or whatever. Like you had to. Like nowadays, I think I read so much. I don't read actual physical books like that no more, unless it's to my son. But I read articles and stuff. But it's not my favorite thing to do because I feel like I read so doggone much to research a book report or
Man,
something.
listen.
I
A,
read, but I don't buy physical books. Is what I'm
a
saying. I
good
read
book.
though.
I got you, Mo. I'm about to bring you up. I used to have my kids read for 45 minutes to an hour every day
Ooh.
after, no matter what homework they had, what homework they didn't have. They hated it, but then they started to like
Oh,
it in certain aspects, because I was like, whether it was something I picked for them to read or something they picked to read, the whole ideal of it was to expand your mind, because the school system, no matter how good or how flawed it is, depending on where you're at, they're not teaching everything that your children need to learn to be successful, compete in the broader scope of things, and to expand their minds beyond the norm. What's up, Mo?
Yeah, what up, kid?
Good morning.
hey,
Good
good
morning
morning,
to
Mo.
you.
Morning,
Mo-
Good
morning.
morning, Mo.
Morning, morning, peace, y'all. Morning. Phil, you fronting right now.
About what?
Oh shit.
Talking
Oh
about you
shit.
came up with Wham and this and that. Boy, you came up with the stylistics and Earth the Kitten.
Here you go with your
Oh
bullshit.
shit.
I ain't that damn old. I don't know what you
Wham was the 80s. Boy, you did not come up with Wham.
talking. Listen, when I was
I
younger,
heard your list. I said, he up here lying. You know, he
I
came up with stylistics and
because you
Earth,
came
Wind, and
up with
Fire.
just because you came up with them. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, my
That's after
brother.
my time. Listen,
Nah, my
you
brother, you
before my time.
said nah. That the homie said he came up with Slick Rick. He was like, yeah, right there. Slick Rick was a puppy when you was out there listening to rap.
Now I ain't gonna hold you. My uncle and aunts had every 45, every 33. If for those that y'all don't know what a 33 was, it's the
Yeah,
size of a regular album, but it had the single and maybe a couple B cuts, and they called it the B side, the
The
other
B
side.
side, yep.
That's
You
a
put
fact. Of all those artists that you
you
talk
had to
about,
put
Bill
it on a
Ford,
record. You had to
stylistic
put it on a record player with a little yellow thing on it so it can hold in
for the 45, that part
for the
right there.
45.
And look
Hey,
at the apple looking like a Granny Apple Smith.
hey,
What's up,
Red.
Apple?
How you doing, redhead?
What's up, Dottie?
What's it, Johnny?
Leave the hell alone somewhere. School mom. Ain't you supposed to be at the bus stop? The
Oh
block
shit.
mom.
Shaw,
The block.
Shaw, why is she
Block.
talking to you like that, Shaw? Why you allowing her to talk to you like that, Shaw?
Wait, that's shy.
Good
What's shy?
morning, No, that's Carrielle. Hi, Carrielle. Well, listen, that's
No,
what
we
she.
talking about
Oh,
you.
no.
She don't know this.
What I did? She's talking about you. She ain't talking.
He's
She's
supposed
talking
to be,
about you
yeah,
being
we
the bus
talking
Yeah,
about
lady.
but
Phil. Phil, you
no,
supposed to be at
only
the bus stop holding
only
these
other
kids' hand looking like Mother
Yeah,
Goose.
sit here talking about I made you sound look like
Going
I
on down
stop
there
and
to that bus
dad.
stop, Mother Goose.
only other female up here is her, so I don't know what she talking.
Your hair
Get to
look
that bus
nice,
stop.
Carrier.
Thank
Don't
you.
don't 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 size that apple up. Don't. It's already got a worm hanging out of it now. Don't size it
Look at love take time
At least I can take my red cap off. Yours seem to be glued to your head.
Yo, Phil.
Yeah.
Phil.
What's
Love
that?
take
Yeah.
time to heal, brother. When you're hurting so much, we understand.
What you? Hold on. What you talking?
Love
Hey
take time
Mo.
to heal.
Hey Mo.
His
Listen to
love
what
don't never heal.
Hey Mo.
nah, chill. You the one putting it on Front Street.
I
I'm
ain't on
done. Not
Front
putting
Street,
it on
back
Front
street,
Street.
side street, no street. But no,
You
when I mentioned
Not Eartha Kid.
when I mentioned Wham and Culture Club and them, at a time that was the only thing that came on TV. We talking about before the box. We talking about before BET gained its whole momentum that it had. There was a time where all you had was the VH1s, the MTV. Matter of fact, it was before VH1. MTV. You had like the dance.
we didn't even have that. We had Video Music Box. We had Bobby Simmons, Flavor Videos, the
All
Before
right,
B
tell your
stuff.
age, why
before that,
don't you?
Yeah, that's what
before
we
that,
had.
Yeah, we
We
didn't
definitely
have
had that.
VH1 and all of that. That was nothing new.
That was
VH1
VH1,
and
VH1 is the
MTV.
nah,
no
Mo. That
MTV
was
was
he
the
talking. He
first
talking
thing.
about before that when MTV would only play like the white artists. That was
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's what
but I'm talking
white
about
MTV
and
was the
black.
before
first.
that. See, we urban, so I don't know. We had, like I said, we had Bobby Simmons,
Stop, you know
Count
what? Hold on,
I
33,
liked all that
Video
shit.
Music Box. We
hold on,
did
hold on.
not have all that fancy
Mo,
shit y'all had.
Mo, stop it.
Phil, you older than me. Phil, stop
No, we
fronting
was
like you
carrying
Right,
came
Phil?
up
Because
in
I
the
mean, on the
MTV
back in the
era.
day, on y'all used to wake up to like Bible scriptures and stuff like that back in your time, right, Phil? Like
hold on, hold on,
Phil, let's be honest.
audio Bible.
hold on, CB.
Yo,
Hold on,
Phil, let's
CB.
be honest, Phil. We came up in the era where the TV turned off at 12 o'clock after match.
Of course. But no, but
You
think
couldn't
Facts,
about it.
find no station
facts,
after match.
Think about it. Think
facts.
about it, Mo, because you used to carry that.
Mash.
Hold on, Mo. You remember because you used
I
to carry
hate
that crazy.
mash.
Run DMC was the first rap act that got played on MTV.
Yep.
A lot of people don't give them enough props because they opened the door for a lot of other hip
But
hop
like I
and rap.
said, that's why we had urban stations like BCAP and Video
I ain't never,
Music Box and the
I ain't never heard no
Box and all.
decap. I've
You
heard
could
the
probably
box.
tell us
You
who
never
opened the
heard of
door for
BCAP?
everybody.
Nah,
Oh, you
that
from see that's a New York thing. You
that
from
must it must have been New York. I
you
know
from
about the
District
video.
of Columbia. I forgot.
Yeah, he from the North
I
Pole.
Yeah, he
know
from District of
fan. No
Columbia. I forgot.
He
box.
from
I
the
know about
North
the
Pole.
B Cat definitely a New York thing, man, for
Thank
real.
you,
I'll be
BCAP. You
that.
remember Bobby
Bobby
Simmons flavor videos, all
Yes,
that? Yeah,
B Cat was a New York thing.
that's
Bobby
what
That's
we
a New York
came
thing.
up on.
Bobby Simmons was down with Stetsson Sonic.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was from Stats Sonics. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he
where
was.
Yeah,
X Clan and
I
all them was
remember.
at. X Clan, and
Mo
all them
oh,
was on there.
Mo
Carrier,
front
you don't remember.
I
Mo
remember
front
that. I remember growing up to that. That was me. That was the shit back in the day.
Carriel.
Oh,
Stop the
okay.
bullshittery. Yeah, okay.
No, everybody used to be on the corner like, I get it, hey, I get it, yeah, like
She
everybody used to be
probably
out there on
hold
that
on.
shit.
She probably don't even remember the box, Mo. She probably don't even
Yeah, the
remember the box.
box. Yeah.
Yes, I do remember the box. I remember that shit.
What
Carrier
happened
Running
at the
out
said,
the
box?
street at the box, one of them steaming on stop,
something
running
is
down the
wrong
team
with
for the stop.
Carrier. Yo.
Ain't that the box by Roddy Rich?
Yes. Yup. Go
No,
Yes,
ahead, girl.
exactly.
Go ahead,
There
no.
you
girl.
go.
Don't play
Hey,
her.
Thank
Shy
you.
Love,
Don't
stop
play
the
her.
bullshittery.
Don't play her. She
This
just
is
showed
not
and
a
proved. She got
sister.
I
receipts.
just did it. Thank you.
This
Thank you.
this
Thank
Well,
is
you.
not a
Texas, they
sister
was
sister
watching
moment.
your MTV rap and all that.
We
That's what hip
definitely
hop.
was. MTV
Yeah,
Jams and BET.
MTV Jam and yeah, they was watching that stuff in their era.
That's what they got. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
Talking about I know what the box is. You
Yeah,
don't know what the
MTV
box
Spring
is.
Break and all that.
yeah. That was hip hop to them guys.
And hold on, Mo. You talking about ages and stylistics and all this. You was around. You was around. You was DJing for Curtis Blow before Run was. What you talking?
Yo, Phil, you got me by 5 years.
Never,
So
never.
that so that means you was on Earth, Wind and Fire. You was the little light skinned one with the afro.
I'm done.
Hold on. Ain't you
All right,
48?
all right, all right, New Edition, calm down now.
Wait,
Oh,
Scabby, yo, calling us New Edition. That's good because they're young. Shit.
that part.
They ain't that damn young. They came out when y'all old ass came out. So yeah, they ain't that old. They ain't young no more. They just a young name.
Nah, they
Shit,
young.
don't get it messed up. No, the hell they ain't.
Compared
They
to the
about
people,
y'all
compared to
about
the
what
people we
60?
talking about, New Edition
Y'all
is
about
young.
60 years. Y'all about 60. So that mean they about what 50, 54?
Never, never.
Wait, who's 60, Carrier?
Right? Who?
You old fellas. I thought you and Andy Griffin over here at the top of the hill was was 60 or whatever. But I guess not. I gave y'all about 1 to 2 more years more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
New
all right.
Edition. They
Yeah,
not
I got another 14 years, Carrier. Thank you.
they're not
Hold on,
senior
Mo. Didn't you just
citizens, but
turn
they real
48?
close though. New Edition
Y'all
is
know that's
senior
just a young
citizens.
name. They trying to bank out that young name. Know that
Oh, they
shit. Know them
definitely
niggas
are.
old.
They definitely are.
Didn't you just turn 48, Mo?
Yes, sir.
So how the hell you talking about 14 years?
Because I got two more in cat years. Hell wrong with you.
Listen, have at it, have at it. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it.
Nah, I feel 50 is a good age, yo.
Of course.
Because if
50
you
is a
look
great
at,
age, really. I'm not. I be joking, but that's actually monumental to
yeah,
make it to that
hell
age because
yeah.
it's a lot of kids. This generation ain't even making it to 30.
They ain't even making it 21,
They ain't even
25.
making it to
Yeah, you're right.
25 for real.
You're
And
right.
it's like, man, I ain't lying to you. It's an honor to be our age. Shoot, I look up to my elders.
Well, you better pay homage then, huh?
I look up to my elders. Shoot,
I said pay
I'm
homage,
trying
huh?
to get on some policies right about damn now. Shit.
Polish
Yeah.
these. Look.
Yeah, this era is crazy, you know what I mean? Who's that?
That's a fact.
I don't even know who else on the thing. I seen your light skin thing on Instagram. I said, oh, you over there, you was talking with your fingers.
He
I
sure will get up here. He sure will get up here and bring it on, won't
y'all
he?
come on over here.
Yeah, I was sitting there looking like, what the hell Phil saying? And then he on YouTube.
Baby, we're gonna have to learn sign language so we can understand what he be up here doing.
Talking with Phil, everything with his fingers, right?
Listen,
Okay.
I make the world move with these. You know what I'm talking about? Listen,
All right, Harlem Globe, try to wanna be ass
that's all right.
nigga.
Look, long as you know. Look,
Uh-uh.
anywho.
But
Listen,
what was the topic though, Phil?
we was talking about mental health. We were talking about um basically how important
Magoo.
we talked about Magoo. We talking about how important like roles are in the household, finding compatible people that can take up for your shortcomings in a relationship, and I'm kind of giving it a roundabout way, but things you're willing to compromise with, especially with today not being as traditional as years before when it comes to relationships and who's required to
Do,
do.
do you think on that aspect, do you think traditional even exists anymore?
I think it do.
Hell,
But I think
in
it.
our minds.
I think no. I think it do for those that carry it forth. Some don't. It's more of a minority than a majority now. That's
Hmm.
it's like an ancient practice kind of sort of. Just like a lot of morals and
So do you,
standards are becoming
so
ancient.
Phil, do you agree that people attention span is different these days? That
Oh,
they don't
lot
have
less.
the patience?
Yeah,
Hmm.
lot. People's attention span is like that. That's why music is how it is. Like what's a hit now ain't shit tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. That's why they went from 7 minute records, 5 minutes records to 3 minute records.
To two in some instances,
Yeah,
man. I was
There
looking at
used to be
somebody's EP the
16.
other day, and I was like, "What kind of EP is this? This shit is like a, you know, how they used to have the maxi singles. This shit is like a mini single, two
Yeah,
minutes,
because the attention
1:59."
span.
I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, people. You said EP. Somebody had an EP that was what?
This songs are like 2 minutes and under a
She
piece.
about to
No,
get
but
you.
people been doing that, and they've been doing that for a while. And I wonder when music got cut so short. Like music used to
Yeah.
be so passionate that you damn near couldn't end the song. I remember like 8 and 12 minute tracks,
That's a
like
fact.
Oh
where
yeah.
you could just sit up and clean your house off somebody's whole album, and it's almost about an hour and a half. These albums and EPs, and EP is basically short for. mm,
Extended play.
Yeah.
I guess, but EP. I mean, it's just like a disc of short songs to me. A lot of times, is what I feel like, and I feel like it's just a shortcut way to do music. Like
But
I'm just gonna give y'all something so I can make some money real quick,
look at
and
the
y'all can
DJ.
follow my
Carry
fan base.
out. I blame it on the DJs. How many parties you go to and you can even dance? Like you can even get to the chorus. How
And they
many DJs
already
play a song that you can, as
off.
soon as they get to the chorus, the next song coming on? Back in the days, they didn't do that. You was able to
They
enjoy
wrote
the
it out.
song.
They ran
Yeah,
it
now you
back.
go to Flex and near they parties, they play 2 seconds of the song and cut it off. You can't even do the damn dance.
That's still not fully the DJ's fault though, because what the hell does that have to
It,
do with people producing quality songs? If you produce a quality song that's worth playing more than it's 2 minutes, I promise you they gonna play them. Like Beyonce can remix any little old school backyard barbecue song, and they gonna play that mud all the way to and through because they know she giving quality in all her songs. So they can pick a song and play it and let it go. Certain people just not giving that, and it's not giving
No, the
like that.
reason they do that for Beyonce because Beyonce is a different type of artist. You gotta wait to get into her chorus. She gonna hit you with 5 melodies in one song. So she's giving every song they put on their album, she's giving in one song. That's how Beyonce is. Like you gotta
Yeah, I guess so.
listen to her. Huh?
I listen to her. You don't listen to her more than me, Mo, as a man. What the hell? Tell me you gotta listen to her. Listen to her.
Wait,
I
just
I
grew
cause
don't
up,
you're a
grew
know.
up
woman,
on her.
wait, hold on. You
I
think
don't
just
know,
cause you're a
Carrie.
woman, I
You
don't
know what I'm
listen to
saying?
Beyonce?
But you ain't listening to it in the shower. You
Hey,
know when you're
No,
doing your
you
makeup, while you're
might
shaving
be.
your head.
Hold
Like,
on,
come on, man.
wait, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Who you
hold
think?
on,
Damn,
Wait,
y'all
wait,
hold
wait,
on,
fighting
wait.
for
hold on,
Beyonce. Well, go ahead then.
hold
Maybe
on,
I had it wrong.
Hold on,
Maybe
hold
y'all
on.
do really get dressed to her. Maybe
Me?
y'all be putting y'all freakum
Hold
dress on too. I don't know.
Listen,
no. Mo is
me.
the Mo. Hold on, Mo. Hold on, Mo. Mo is the regional Queens chapter president of the Beehive.
Wait, hold on. Let me land this plane. You think I want to sit there and listen to a nigga washing up?
But I
I
ain't think
want
you was just marinating. I didn't think you was marinating in Beyonce. Us women, we get our thing. With, we listens. We like if we get hip to an album, we playing it for the whole month for real. And on her shit, we definitely hitting it for a long time. So I
to. I
don't
mean,
think
Hey,
men.
that's y'all
I don't
private
think y'all
dancer.
men is doing that. If
That's the
y'all
nah,
private
we
is,
ain't
dancer.
power
marinating it.
to you.
We not
Okay, well I mean if you
marinating
is.
in Beyonce. We not
Okay,
doing
so
that.
then let us women have something. Let us have our Beyonce. Y'all can participate at times, but let us
Shit,
have
we
her.
can't really. My bad. Let me go throw my Beyonce albums away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get them up out of there. Get them up out of there.
Hell yeah.
Let me get Beyonce out of my
Yeah,
playlist,
get
yo,
the
because
backup. Get
we're
the
not
backup. Get
allowed
the
to
phone
listen
popping.
to Beyonce.
Well, at least 12 inches, a little bit. Not,
What?
not being funny because she's real loud.
Wait, what?
What did you
That's
just say?
she
What
needs the
about
backup.
12
12
inches?
inches. Hey,
Back,
yo.
That's
Yeah.
crazy,
of her
right?
phone at least 12 inches. I'm not trying to be funny. She's
12
coming across
inches.
hella loud.
Wow. It just came out of nowhere, the 12 inches part. Somebody understood where that came from.
Really, really. Get your mind
I'm not
right.
the only one. I'm not the
I
only one
thought
that
I
thought
turned my camera on by mistake.
that. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Go off, Mo. Oh, I'm done. I'm not saying that men can't like Beyonce music. I just don't think that y'all do what women do with it on a
No,
on
but
a
I can say
consistent
one.
basis.
Look, you right though, because I can listen to Stephanie Mills all day, all night, playing and everything. I love her, and I love her albums. So I guess that's not a manly thing. I love Stephanie Mills.
I didn't say it wasn't manly. I just said I don't think it, when it comes to certain artists,
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
doing it
Beyonce different.
like
You
we
right.
doing it.
Yeah,
So,
Stephanie Mills
um,
is different than Beyonce. Stephanie
Yeah,
Mills
because
is
if
different
I
than Beyonce for
pause,
sure.
pause, because if I ever found out, pause, that Mo in the shower, washing up to all the single ladies, it's gonna be a problem.
I mean, if he want to shave
Phil,
that bald
Phil,
head and feel
Phil,
like he finna go get
Phil.
him a single lady.
Phil, the way you just shook your head, you dance in the shower to that song a lot. I see.
Hey,
Okay, because
you'll be surprised.
that's definitely
I
a light
I can
skin
tell you
thing.
what type of music he play.
Oh yeah, I used to
Oh,
hear it.
tell us. I want to know.
Yeah,
I want to know.
yeah. Talk
Oh,
to
I
us.
play a lot of slow.
Like one time when he picked me up from the airport, I'm like, when I get in the car, I'm like, why is this dude playing this? And then when I got ready to sit down, I'm like, I really had to make sure my pants was pulled up because I'm like, what inspired him to play this? So when I checked back there behind my butt to make sure my pants was up, I'm like, why would he be playing that thong, 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 thong? Like he
I
was
ain't
playing
never
thong,
heard
thong,
that
thong, thong,
bullshit.
thong. And I'm like,
Nah, don't do
why
Wow,
that,
would you
man.
this
be
nigga,
like,
wow,
why
you
would
talking
you be
about all the
playing that?
single ladies? Damn,
That's
Phil.
crazy.
Hey, Mo, if you believe that bullshit.
Boy, you was living in Vida Loca.
Yeah, he was there with it. He was talking about dump. When he got out to open my door, I was like, "Thank you," and he was like, "Dumps like a truck." And I'm like, "Why would you say that after I say thank you? Like, why would you say that after I say thank you? That's really
Yo,
crazy."
Tyrell, you don't notice that's a light skin thing?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's that
He
light
even
skin
he
shit.
even he even had like a little sand on his shoe, like he had went to the beach and like practiced some of them moves or something. I'm like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this right now?"
Hey, Mr. Best, you laughing too, Mr. Best?
Hell yeah, that's funny as hell, boy.
Like it's crazy.
Don't
Nah, she
believe the
hilarious as shit.
It
She
Nah,
was
funny as shit.
bro.
crazy. That was a
whatever
Nah.
really
y'all
crazy
do,
spirit.
whatever y'all do, don't believe the hype. Don't do
But Phil, listen, we just don't want to imagine you and your thong, bro.
it. Pause.
Why would you why would you say that? Mo, that was crazy. Mo, that was crazy, bro. Like, wow, that's
Yo, that's crazy.
It got quiet all of a sudden, didn't it?
Oh,
crazy.
so you
See,
gonna mute? So
see, because
Cisco, you gonna mute me?
Magic trick your ass up out there.
I know, right?
Oh my god, that was too
Nah, that's
seen sumo wrestling before. Y'all know what that shit look like. Stop acting like you don't know.
first of all, first of
I'm
all,
just playing with you, Bill. I'm
I
just
was
messing
not
around.
playing no damn thong, the thong, never.
Yeah, he was.
yeah, Phil.
Yes, he
Now,
was. I was
now
wondering.
if
I'm
you
like,
had
damn.
on some slow jams or something, have at it, because that's me. But I don't know about no damn thong, that
Was that
thong.
Eartha Kitt?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because you was like, "What color is it?" And I'm like, "Why he asking that randomly?" And then I'm
Say
like,
what?
"Is it?"
What?
I'm like, "Luckily, I didn't have no drawers on that day, so I didn't even tell you no color." But I'm like,
Mm,
"Why would you ask me what color my
mm.
drawers?" That was
That
crazy.
sounds interesting.
Keep that down, interesting.
Yo, don't get in
I
your
support it
feelings,
100%.
Cisco.
I support her. I support her 100%.
Don't get in your
She said
feelings.
she ain't had no drawers on. She ain't got no color that day.
No
Hmm
color that day.
Only Cisco I'm
No
listening
color that
to is
day.
5 Steps in Beauty. Beauty was her name. That's the
Yo,
most I
bro,
Hey
know.
Yo,
guys,
that's my
yo,
song,
yo, hold
yo. That's
on.
my song,
Now,
yo.
beauty is my shit, but listen, if you want to listen to Thong, bro, and you
listen to
want to go
song,
flip
bro.
your fat ass on the beach, just have fun.
If you want to lather up, pause. If you want to lather up to all the single
Yo,
ladies, have
do
I'm
at it.
not let
done.
Caviar change your mind, son. If you was
Uh,
Don't
listening to
let me.
Thong, do it.
I
and if
actually
you
like
want,
a little jiggle jiggle and don't move. I like the way you wiggle wiggle. It's all good. Yeah,
if you
I
want to
like
be in
that.
the shower with your cow gone singing all the single ladies, Mo, have at it. You know.
Listen, listen. I ain't pull up to a female talking about Thong. You could have played. Man, you could have played some Luther or some Tank or something. You gonna
You know
play
what I'm saying?
Cisco there.
I thought he was gonna play Win Wee, and then he
Yeah,
played
like you
Thong.
know, play some
Then
Tank.
right after
Yeah,
that,
hold
it was
on.
like Barney and Friends or something had came on that
Oh
soundtrack. I'm
man.
like, what is going on?
Oh.
Okay, baby bop.
Wait, Caviar, he was playing. Yo, he was playing into the thick of it. Into the thick of it.
Hold up, dog. Hold up, dog. Hold up, dog. Mo. How you know about that
Oh,
song, Mo? How you know about that song? Don't be
what?
quiet now. Mo, how you know about that song?
What?
Now he been
TikTok.
quiet. Into the thick of it.
She into the thick
Into
of
the
it.
thick of
Into
it.
the thick of it.
Yeah, how you know about that song, Mo?
Now Mo phone don't work no more.
Yeah, now it don't work.
He said, "How do I know that song?"
I tell you,
Yeah,
you
how you
old
know
folks
that
got some
song?
I
game.
got 7 kids, brother.
That part.
And I got a
But
7-year
Damn,
but
old
you
with me.
and
but
Phil, you and
Him
Phil got
and Phil are
good kids.
competing for Father Abraham of the year,
Damn,
girl.
y'all be
but
stroking for real. That
but
ain't
Mo,
No,
chill.
they just some quick nutters, nutter quick, nutter
what?
Oh
butter.
shit.
Caviar,
Hey, hey, hey,
caviar,
hey,
caviar.
hey.
And on that note, I'm out. Y'all love yourself, love life,
Yeah,
love the sky, love the
yeah,
moon and the stars, and
Yeah.
love everything above. And
yeah,
most
Uh-huh.
importantly, love God. In
yeah.
Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
You
I'll holler
better,
at you. I'm out.
better
Don't
run.
fall on that apple
Yeah,
from
you
Yeah.
better
fall
run.
from the tree.
Yeah, I knew she gonna run.
Uh-huh. But Mo, let's keep it 1,000, right? As fathers, right, who had to look in and listen to them shows, we found ourselves humming them shits off to the side.
Of course. Should I even download Into the Thick of It? My son listened to it so much.
Man, it's a couple of
It'd
them
be
jokes I
funny.
listen to. Man, listen, still be stuck in my head. I'm like, God,
Hmm.
Nah, Snoop Dogg songs be his whatever doggy land thing for the kids. Like I be like,
dog,
all right,
they,
that's a bop. I'm tight.
I,
Yeah, I can't.
I never heard of that.
I cannot listen to Snoop Dogg tell elementary rhymes because his rhymes is elementary anyway. So for him to get more elementary, mm-mm-mm.
But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's about that time. It's about that time. Mo, you got any last words for the ladies and gentlemen besides all the single ladies?
Uh-huh. Now I'm gonna get on a serious note. Thursday, I see my son go home for the final, so I'm trying to gather myself up.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Thank you for the laugh this morning,
yeah.
but is this, just all I just tell you, love your kids, and I'm telling everybody that.
That
I
part.
don't care how mad you are at them. I don't care what you going through. We living in a cruel world.
That's a
We li-
fact.
we living in a cruel world, and you laugh now, you cry tomorrow.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, just love one another and love your kids, man. I'm out of here. You heard me?
Mo,
Yo,
continue, continue
See
prayers
you later,
thank
Mo.
you,
Keep
love.
your
family. Thank you.
prayers.
Peace,
Yeah,
y'all.
Praying for
Everybody
you.
have a
Praying
great
for
day,
you.
man. I'm trying. All right.
that part. And I'm gonna make sure I get you the collector's edition for single ladies to hold you up.
This
Salute,
nigga
salute,
right
salute
here.
to your family,
Yeah, we just don't want to see that video thong the thong 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 with you on the beach. You on a rock. Don't let that go over your head. I'm out.
Oh. Shaw, you got any last words?
I do. I made it an hour and 45 minutes without getting packed up, and I'm hyped. So that made my day. Love you, Night Rider, baby boo. Now, everybody have a safe, amazing day. I'm finally gonna see Ninja Turtles today. I'm hyped, taking the family.
Oh,
So that's it. Everybody have a great day. Enjoy your day.
all right, Shaw. I appreciate you for stopping true. Mr. Best,
Big Phil,
what's
man.
goody like the
Yo,
mob? You got any last words for the ladies and gentlemen?
yes, sir, big bro. Thank you for letting me rock with you, man.
Man, you family here.
Yo, family for real, man. Much love. Check your DM too on IG. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I left you a couple of presents up in there, brother. You know what I mean?
okay.
Some love and some blessings. And man, salute to Big Phil and the whole movement. You know what I mean? Salute to Mo and his family. Definitely
Yeah,
send my
yeah.
condolences and my love. And get well to evolution, man. You know what I mean? Health is wealth, family is everything.
That
And like
part.
Mo was saying, love everybody, man. With that, Big Phil, man, much love to you, man. Love you, brother. Peace out.
Appreciate you, my brother. Be blessed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been another wonderful episode. We talked a little seriousness. We talked a little bullshittery. You know what I'm saying? We had some crazy guests and some some all out good time. Something that we do like at the backyard barbecue. We talk a little goodness. We talk a little badness. We have a little fun. But at the end of the day, we all family and we love on one another. That part right there. You know what I like to say, ladies and gentlemen? Smile because you never know what it might do for somebody, including yourself. More importantly, love on somebody on purpose, with purpose. And the last part is I'm not anti you, I'm pro me with the emphasis on building we. So let that marinate in your melon. Till the next time we can chop it up and have a tater-tate. Until that day, huh? I holler. Evolution. Get right, get better, baby. We out this summer, bitch.